Assalamu alaikum. I'm your sister Naomi. Thank you for joining me on another little talk, little rant, a few words that I wanted to share. SubhanAllah, I wanted to continue this theme of putting ourselves first. I want to remind us, especially those of us that are Muslims, of Ramadan that's coming around the corner, that remind us that and even if you're not Muslim, Islam, I'm just going to say this Islam is a religion that is proactive. And even if you're not a religious person, if you're not a Muslim listening to this, it's common sense to know that as humans, in order to get things done, in order to be successful, you have to be proactive. You have to be disciplined. And in being proactive, you have to know what you have and you have to know what you don't have. You have to take inventory every so often, right? Which is why every once in a while, we go to the doctor to check our weight, check the inventory. What is going on with me? This is why we like to look at our bank statements and check our money. We like to take inventory. We like to see what's in the refrigerator. We want to know the needs of our family members. We want to take inventory. And then there are seasons where sometimes things that we have are rotten. And sometimes things that we may have bought or acquired, either they're rotten, we outgrew them, we don't like them. And I want to remind us that in this time of prepping for Ramadan, Muslim or not, remind us that if you've never done that, if you've never been in a season where you've gone through your life and you've thrown things away to make room for better things, then I am sharing this word for you to do it right now. I'm encouraging you for you to do it now. Every 5 to 7 years, you should change. Every 5 to 7 years, you should be a little better. You should be a little further, because if not, now take inventory. Sit and analyze your life. If you've just been somebody that's just like kind of let life go by, whether it be depression, whether it be stress, not judging or knocking anybody, but if you take inventory of your life and you haven't been proactive, I promise you, you're gonna look and you're gonna say, "Ooh, you probably were better back then. You probably were healthier back then. Maybe back then you weren't where you wanted to be, but you've allowed yourself to sink." And that's the thing about life. There's no such thing as neutron. There's no such thing as kind of floating. You're either getting ahead or you're falling behind. Whatever you feed grows, whatever you starve dies. Okay? And so this even ties into what I was saying about the climate of the politics. It's clean house time. It's clean house time. And I know we have a lot of things going on, and not to even bring that up again, because it's like we have a situation where it's like we need to clean house and kind of prioritize who we can be there for, what we have to give. We have to take care of ourselves first before we take, and then now we're seeing kind of like the consequences and the dangers of like getting in other people's business, getting so involved in other people's business that it it is ultimately to your detriment. It is to your detriment. And I'm referring to the crap that's going on overseas. The Let's say it like this: the stealing of land. Like, I don't. We need to give that over there. Okay. We need to aid with the rebuilding. Okay. We need to get away from investing in small countries that don't do anything for us, and we need to put ourselves in a position to be great, right? But taking it back to us, I just want to, I want to encourage us to check your weight, get on the scale, check your house, make sure it's clean. Look through your clothes. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have name brands, but make sure you don't have anything that is stained and ripped. And I know it's like, okay, Naomi, we're not little kids. I'm just saying, sometimes we need to vamp up, right? So, and I'm gonna close out with this. I can't think of the author right now, but you Muslims are gonna have to forgive me, because there are some gospel music that I still listen to. I am not on that level yet. And there's this one song, and it's called "The Blessings of Abraham," and it's basically a song that's basically saying like Allah Subhanahu wa Taala promised Ibrahim alayhi salam all these things, and basically, I'm gonna sum it up. Kind of prepare yourself for what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. We know about the qadr of Allah. We know about what Allah has willed for us. What Allah has willed for us is the best, right? So what Allah has willed for us is good for us. But are we even in position to receive it? Are we delaying our own progress because we're not being proactive? And if we are, then this is the wake-up call. This is the reminder. This is the message for us to start cleaning house now so that we can get them blessings, so that we can get better, okay? So that it's not even about being rich, okay? So that we can just be a better person and just live our best life in the sense of experiencing this life as best as we can. For example, how can you experience your body if you're not healthy? How can you appreciate being in your home if it's dirty? How can you appreciate being around other people if you're self-conscious because of what you're wearing? Okay, so I hope this makes some sense, and I hope you guys are having a great week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.